And there is some political fallout from the terror attacks over the weekend as both presidential nominees have their own take on how to stop the terrorists. Here's Donald Trump.
These are sick, evil people that want to destroy this country. And the way we coddle them and the way we're afraid to say anything, and we're afraid to say what the problem is and who they are, and they don't want to say radical Islam. They don't want to talk about radical Islamic terrorism. Obama won't even say the words, neither will Hillary Clinton.
In the meantime, Hillary Clinton addressing the terror attacks last hour, stressing that we must be vigilant but not afraid.
I've been very clear. We're going after the bad guys and we're going to get them. But we're not going to go after an entire religion and give ISIS exactly what it's wanting in order for them to enhance their position.
A stark contrast. Joining us now, Bret Baier, anchor of Special Report. Bret, we want to talk about politics, of course, because here we are just a few weeks away from electing the next president. But it is tough, isn't it, to talk about politics when there are people still in the hospital from some of these attacks over the weekend. How do you see just the political conversation as we head into this new week?
Yeah, obviously the concern, Jenna, is the law enforcement and getting to the bottom of what happened in all of these incidents. But you're right, politics is very much a part of it because it's a #1 concern for a lot of people: national security, terrorism. Interesting to see the tone and tenor of Hillary Clinton change a little bit from last night when we saw her address these incidents on the plane with reporters, and today much more forceful, but still having that message that Donald Trump paints with a broad brush when it comes to fighting terrorism. I think that this is going to be a key element of the debate 1 week from tonight.
It'll be interesting to see her language. We're going to smash ISIS. I haven't heard that sort of language from Hillary Clinton before. Yeah,
she's been far more measured, or she was last night as well. I think that emotion, identifying the threat and that it's real and how it feels to people at home, is something that Donald Trump has done effectively through the primary and continues to do, and we'll see how effectively in the general election.
We'll also be watching for the president today. Bret, what do you make of the fact that we haven't heard from the president so far?
Well, I think it's significant. I don't know whether it's a political decision to let Hillary Clinton go out first. This administration has been reluctant, at least, to get ahead of calling something terrorism. Sometimes they are actually well behind calling it terrorism, as we've seen in many times before. The breaking news today, Jenna, is about a report by the internal Inspector General of the Department of Homeland Security, just out, in which it says some 858 people who were set to be deported, immigrants set to be deported from what they call special interest countries. These are countries that are of concern for national security to the United States. They were, according to this report, mistakenly given citizenship because the fingerprints were not on file and they were using different dates of birth, and they managed to get through. 858. They say at least that many. They also point out that these people could potentially serve in law enforcement and have security clearance, and that there's an ongoing investigation. This fits, Jenna, into what the concern about screening immigrants coming into the country, let alone Syrian refugees. But this is an internal DHS report in this administration.
Right, we're going to have to go. I only have about 30 seconds here, but just to underscore that point, these were people that were set to be deported, right? These were not just, we lost track of them. We as a government wanted to deport these individuals that were granted citizenship.
They had final deportation orders, and yet they were granted citizenship, naturalized citizens. And, you know, it just fits in with the news. We don't know the background of this guy in New York, but he is a naturalized citizen from Afghanistan. And it's interesting that this report comes out today from the DHS IG.
Well, it gives us a lot to talk about and to think about. Bret, great to see you as always. See you tonight.
Okay. See you, John.